गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। आज हम पढ़ेंगे सर्केडियन रिदम्स के बारे में। द क्लॉक विदिन। Organisms are normally subjected to daily cycles of light and darkness, and both plants and animals often exhibit rhythmic behavior in association with these changes. Examples of such rhythms include leaf and petal movements, day and night positions, stomatal opening and closing, growth and sporulation patterns in fungi. For example, Pilobolus and Neurospora. Time of day of pupal emergence, the fruit fly Drosophila, and activity cycles in rodents, as well as daily changes in the rates of metabolic processes such as photosynthesis and respiration. When organisms are transferred from daily light dark cycles to continuous darkness or continuous light, many of these rhythms continue to be expressed at least for several days. Under such uniform conditions, the period of the rhythm is close to 24 hours, and consequently the term circadian rhythms, from Latin circa about and diem means day, is applied because they continue in a constant light or dark environment. These circadian rhythms cannot be direct response to the presence or absence of light, but must be based on an internal pacemaker often called an endogenous oscillator. A molecular model for a plant endogenous oscillator was described in chapter 17. The endogenous oscillator is coupled to a variety of physiological processes such as leaf movement or photosynthesis, and it maintains the rhythm. For this reason, the endogenous oscillator can be considered the clock mechanism and the physiological functions that are being regulated, such as leaf movements or photosynthesis, are sometimes referred to as the hands of the clock. Circadian rhythms exhibit characteristic features. Circadian rhythms arise from cyclic phenomena that are defined by three parameters. First is period. It is the time between comparable points in the repeating cycle. Typically, the period is measured as the time between consecutive maximum peaks or minimum troughs. Phase. Second is phase. Phase is any point in the cycle that is recognizable by its relationship to the rest of the cycle. The most obvious phase points are the peak and trough positions. And third is amplitude. It is usually considered to the distance between peak and trough. The amplitude of a biological rhythm can often vary while the period remains unchanged. In constant light or darkness, rhythms depart from an exact 24-hour period. The rhythms then drift in relation to solar time, either gaining or losing time depending on whether the period is shorter or longer than 24 hours. Under natural conditions, the endogenous oscillator is entertained to a true 24-hour period by environmental signals, the most important of which are the light to dark transition at dusk and the dark to light transition at dawn. Such environmental signals are termed zatubers. When such signals are removed, for example by transfer to continuous darkness, the rhythm is said to be free running and it reverts to the circadian period that is characteristic of the particular organism. Here in the diagram we will see a typical, in first diagram a typical circadian rhythm, the period time between comparable points in the repeating cycle. The phase is any point in the repeating cycle recognized by its relationship with the rest of the cycle. The amplitude is the distance between the peak trough. In the second diagram, a circadian rhythm entered to a 24-hour light dark period and its reversion to the free running period 26 hours in this example following transfer to continuous darkness. And third is suspension of a circadian rhythm in continuous bright light and the release of restarting of the rhythm following transfer to darkness. Although the rhythms are generated internally, they normally require an environmental signal such as exposure to light or change in temperature to initiate their expression. In addition, many rhythms damp out when the organism is subjected to a constant environment for several days. When these occurs in environmental signature such as transfer from light to dark or a change in temperature is required to restart the rhythm. The clock itself does not damp out, only the coupling between the molecular clock and the physiological function is affected. Circadian clock would be of no value to the organism if it could not keep accurate time under the fluctuating temperatures experienced in natural conditions. Indeed, temperature has little or no effect on the period of the free running rhythm. The feature that enables that clock to keep time at different temperatures is called temperature compensation. Although all of the biochemical steps in the pathway are temperature sensitive, their temperature responses probably cancel each other. For example, changes in the rates of synthesis of intermediates could be compensated for by parallel changes in their rate of degradation. In this way, the steady state levels of clock regulators would remain constant at different temperatures. Phase shifting adjusts circadian rhythms to different day and night cycles. In circadian rhythms, physiological responses are coupled to a specific time point of the endogenous oscillator so that the responses occur at a particular time of day. A single oscillator can be coupled to multiple circadian rhythms, which may even be out of phase with each other. How too much responses remain on time when the daily durations of light and darkness change with seasons. Investigators typically test the response of the endogenous oscillator by placing the organism in continuous darkness and examining the response to a short pulse of light given at different phases points in the free running rhythm. When an organism is entered to a cycle of 12 hours light and 12 hours dark, and then allowed to free run in darkness. The phase of the rhythm that coincides with the light period of the previous entertaining cycle is called the subjective day, and the phase that coincides with dark period is called the subjective night. If a light pulse is given during the first few hours of the subjective night, the rhythm is delayed. The organism interrupts the light pulse as the end of the previous day. In contrast, a light pulse given toward the end of the subject night advances the phase of the rhythm. Now the organism interprets the light pulse as the beginning of the following day. This is precisely the response that would be expected if the rhythm were able to stay on local time even when the season change. These phase shifting responses enable the rhythm to be entertained to approximately 24-hour cycles with different durations of light and darkness, and they demonstrate that the rhythm can adjust to a seasonal variations in day length. Now it's completed. Thank you, students.